Hello, everyone. Pretty sure I got the little spinning wheel right now, but I think we're live already. I just wanted to jump on here because lately I've had a few people ask me about how do I know the difference between my ego and my gut? And since this question has come up a few times, I figured I'd make a quick video about it. And if it speaks to you and helps you, wonderful. Otherwise, just keep on scrolling. Okay, so to be human is to have an ego. So a lot of times we hear like death to the ego or, put your ego to the side. Well, you're still going to be human, so it's still going to be there. So what's a good practice is hearing the difference between our ego's response, our heart's response, and our gut response. I like to think of them as our three brains. So that they're always communicating with us. Our gut response is our connection to the divinity, God, your higher self, however you want to say it. They all are kind of interchangeable because, after all, we're all one, anyways. But it's also the most subtle. So, our ego response, right? Nice and loud, likes to be controlling. And that's fine, but not always is its response right for us. So we need to sometimes just gently take in that information and move it along. Don't give it any attention. So what I like to do to practice this is physically holding my hand in front of the three and asking the same question and seeing what I get. So we can do this with any aspect of our lives, whether it's eating or should I turn left or right. I mean, obviously you don't want to be driving in as much, but if you're walking, maybe you're going for a walk, should I go left here? Okay, so we would start with the ego because it always likes to be first. So I put my hand over my head, and yes, it might look a little silly, but laugh at yourself and move on, or try to do it when no one else is around. Whatever works for you, perfect. So let's say I'm on a walk and I say, we mainly want yes or no questions, especially when we're starting with this, so that we can hear the differences in our answers. So I'm going for a walk. Should I go right? And hear what you hear. Hear the response you get from your ego, from where your hand is. Hear that response. And I know sometimes the responses may sound all the same, but as you keep working with this, for me now, they all have different tones. They all come in different frequencies, and I know which one is which. So my response right there was no. Okay. Then we go to our heart response. Our heart is our primal reaction. It's our fight or flight, right? It's the brain that kept us alive when we were running from tigers and bears and just trying to stay alive. But now with everyday society, stressors kind of come in from every which way, and always fighting or running isn't really the option for us anymore. Although it does give us some great insights, follow your heart, wonderful, follow what feels good to you. But I really want to get into our gut, get into our intuition. So I still ask our heart. So I would say once again, should I go right? And right then I heard no. Okay. And it felt like it came from here. I'm really getting into my body and feeling where that response is from. Then, the most quiet and subtle response of them all is our intuition. Our intuition is always there. We all have a connection to our higher selves, the divinity. It's about practicing. This is one way to practice, to connect to source in. Okay, so I would then put my hand over my stomach and I would say, should I go right? And this response will be subtle. It might feel different than the rest. And hopefully it feels more of what you want. So that response I got right now was yes. So we got two different responses. Head, heart said no, gut said yes. And that's going to happen. And that can feel a little odd or even a little crazy. You know, oh, am I crazy for getting these different responses? That's a natural reaction, especially when we're first starting off. And know that even if it is crazy, isn't living a crazy fun life better than, a cut off, everything's out to get me, I'm in this small vibration kind of life compared to being expansive and full with love and connected to our higher selves. So this is something we can do as often or as little as we want. Just kind of helps us connect in. I know this is live right now, but if you're watching the replay and you have any questions, just go ahead and tag me. I'd be happy to answer them for you. I hope you found this helpful, and I wish you all a wonderful, blessed day. Thank you, everyone.